Hey girl, happy Vlogmas day 5. So today I wanted to come and talk to you about doing things your way. I am somebody who does a lot of research. And when I say a lot of research, I mean a lot. Like I research everything. We're talking how to enjoy cooking because I don't like that. I'm talking how to clean more efficiently, how to homeschool, how to run your house like a daycare, how to maintain natural hair for toddlers, how to do your own manicure. Like I'm on YouTube a lot and I'm on Open Library a lot. And if you know about that Open Library, you know. But they have anyways, they just have old books on there for free. So there's just all kinds of books that you can look up and research all kinds of things and not make an investment. And I also have a library card, so I'll check out whatever I need to check out from the library. But anyway, so yeah, I research a lot of things, and the problem with that for me can be that I can, number one, have too much information, but number two, feel like whatever it is that I learn, I have to do exactly how they say, you know, how they say it's supposed to be done. One of those examples for me is Fly Lady. So if you look back on my channel, you will see I have a 31 Days of Baby Steps Fly Lady playlist, and I think I did the 31 Days of Baby Steps and fell off again. And mind you, this was not the first time that I had started Fly Lady. This was probably like my second or third time attempting to do Fly Lady consistently. And it wasn't until recently that I realized that even if I followed the baby steps, I didn't have to do one day, one baby step. Or I'm trying to think with this shining your sink, I think you have to shine your sink for like a week or something. And even that, it's like, okay, if I'm still on shine your sink and it's week 2, then I'm still on shine your sink and it's week 2. And so I think specifically when it comes to, so if you're familiar with Fly Lady, you know, like you can do the 31 Days of Baby Steps, which for me, I honestly don't understand what they got to do with doing the Fly Lady system, but it has to do with having a morning routine, doing a declutter of a specific zone room every day for 15 minutes, and then having an evening routine. And then I feel like those are the main things. There's like deep cleaning and stuff you can do later on, but that's the baseline of it. And I think for me, I think even Fly Lady talks about having like, okay, focus on just the morning routine for this month. And even that is something that I haven't attempted to do. I will feel like, okay, I'm going to set the morning routine, and then I need to do all the steps in this morning routine until I get it. And then I'm overwhelmed, and then I don't want to do it because it's too many steps. And for some reason in my mind, I am not able in those moments to work backwards and say, currently, Carlin, you're doing 0 steps in a morning routine. 0. So if you have to pick one thing to do and try to do that one thing for a month or that one thing for a week, that's okay. Because right now it's 0. Like one thing is better than 0 things. But in my mind, unless I can do all of the things in the morning routine, then I'm failing at a morning routine. And another thing Fly Lady talks about, I was saying, was like the 15-minute declutter. And 15 minutes sounds short enough, but sometimes for me, if I think about doing something for 15 minutes, especially something I don't even want to do and it don't sound fun, 15 minutes might be too long. So even something like that, I literally only recently have thought of, I could do a 5-minute declutter every day, and that would be more decluttering than is happening right now, because currently it's 0 minutes. I'm sure you guessed that. So I think with all of this, I'm just trying to say, if there is something that you are having a hard time implementing, and it doesn't matter what it is, even if it's, you know, wanting to meal prep more, you don't have to start with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Start with meal planning or meal prepping your breakfast for the week for the kids. I feel like that's something that I have started to do, where the kids will do like 2 days of one meal, and then I have like a buffer day meal, which will be like frozen waffles, or like a rice porridge that I can make really, it's not quick to make, but it's easy to make. I'll do that. And then we'll go to 2 days of a more like elaborate breakfast. And so that's as far as I've gotten. Like, I don't be meal prepping no other stuff. My husband does the meal prepping for lunch and for dinner. And I am mostly take care of the breakfast meal prepping. Would I want to be able to take over the other meals? Yes, ideally, because that's what I see for my family and my vision for our household. But it is okay for me to start with meal prepping that one meal, because before that was me waking up in the morning feeling overwhelmed and frantic about what my kids are going to have for breakfast, and then being annoyed with them for crying and being impatient while they're waiting for said breakfast, even though now we're like an hour into them being awake, which they're obviously hungry, but the food is just not ready and there's nothing I can do. I can give you a snack, you can have a banana, and the morning just starts off crazy, basically. So that has really been helping me. But yeah, just think about how you can chunk that thing down, make it small, like smaller than small, so that it's something that you feel comfortable starting with, you feel confident starting with. And if you're anything like me, you might say, yeah, I'm just gonna meal prep breakfast, and then feel like I committed to that small thing. I should be able to do that small thing. No, 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 and no. If you get into that one meal prep and you feel like it's too much, prep even smaller. Do not be afraid to make what you made small even smaller, because I can feel like once I made that commitment, which let's just really put into context. Who is the commitment made to besides yourself? Just yourself. Usually it's just yourself. And it is okay for you to change your mind. It is okay for you to be realistic about, you thought you could handle this, but it's still a little bit too overwhelming. Let me make it even smaller. Another thing I was going to say is this morning. So I have done I've attempted to read The Artist's Way, I think twice before. This is my third time attempting to read it. And I'm also still not really reading it. I'm still not really reading it, and I'm in a book club. But anyways, but a part of The Artist's Way, that's a book by Julia Cameron. She talks about doing morning pages. And so the morning pages are like a stream of consciousness writing for 3 full pages. So basically you need to keep writing and writing and writing. Doesn't matter what you write until you get to the 3rd page, and then you can stop. And the point of it, from what I understand from her perspective, is that you will be able to, instead of just writing, what you're annoyed about or what you plan to do in the day, by the time you get to the 3rd page, you're writing things that are a little bit more meaningful. Like by the time you get to that 3rd page, and that's why it's 3 pages specifically, you've made it to some deeper level than just like day-to-day stuff and like stuff that's annoying you. And since being in this book club, I think we're now 6 weeks in, and I'm still on week 2. But I also had not been doing morning pages. I started out doing them, and then I had a really hard time continuing to do them. And someone said something last night that was talking about how when we don't do things, we either feel like we don't know how to do them, or it's just not fun. I'm sorry, this light is getting crazy. But yeah, and I was like, he was talking about journaling, and he was talking about typing it on the computer. And Julia Cameron is not the biggest fan of typing your morning pages. She does believe that they should be written. I'm not Julia Cameron, and writing them was not working for me. Okay. So this morning I tried typing them, and I actually typed them into Chat GPT, and we can talk about that another time, because I'm very heavy into AI these days. But I actually it was actually fun. First of all, I type way faster than I write. And I think I went a little bit over to 3 pages as a result, because I just kind of had to time myself. Like, it normally takes me 20 minutes to write, and then I just gave myself 15 minutes of typing. And yeah, I really had fun. I really felt like I could type, think quickly, get it down. And then after I typed it into ChatGPT, then it kind of like reflected to me about what I wrote. And, you know, I ended up asking it to kind of summarize my thoughts and give me something that I could take with me for the rest of the day. But either way, I feel we're only one day in, so I'm obviously not gonna be like I will have to let you guys know, I guess, how it goes after a while, and if I'm consistent with this new way of doing it. But I do feel excited about it, and I don't think I've ever felt excited about doing morning pages in the 3 times that I've attempted to, you know, start doing them. And so obviously, all this to say, I think that I am starting to see more and more that in a lot of areas in life, kind of like what that guy was saying, is either I don't know how to do something, or it's just not fun for me. And if it's not fun for me, it is very, very, very hard for me to do it consistently. Like, I might be able to get myself and drag myself to do something for a few times, but if I'm super miserable, if I'm super miserable doing that thing, it's just not gonna happen. And so I hope that this encourages you. And my question for you today is there something for you that you've been putting off or not feeling like you're you've been able to accomplish, that you want to accomplish? I would love to hear if you've had any revelations about that thing, any new ways to think about it, any ways to simplify it and really make it something that you will enjoy, or at least find some joy in, or even a way that you can make it more fun. So thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you like watching content like this about me kind of rambling really about motherhood and what I'm learning. And I'll see you tomorrow, girl. Bye.